Still not showing me comments. Okay, we're going to keep on cruising. So tonight's topic, you guys, I am really excited about. All right, last week, I kind of dropped a bomb on you guys, especially those of you that are OGs here. And I was like, I think we need to get back to online events. And I know that not everybody is on board, and that's okay, because I know people run their businesses different, and there's nothing wrong with that. But recently, over the course of the last 6 months, I also started working with a business coach. And I believe I've shared a little bit of her content in the team page. She's fierce. She's fiery. She is laser focused on success. She's no fluff. She's no BS. She gives it to you straight. And she's built a multi-seven-figure business. So the chick knows what she's talking about, okay? Yet she's as humble and as real as they come, and just my kind of girl. So I have been working with her, watching a lot of her content, a lot of her trainings. I'm in her coaching group, and one of the things that she talks about is how there's three key things. There's three key systems. There's three key boxes that we need to be able to check in our businesses to be super successful. And not only super successful, but if you want to be a top leader, if you want to be somebody that uses this opportunity to completely transform your life, to completely give yourself time and financial freedom, to completely give yourself the influence and the ability to impact other people's lives in the same way that it's impacting yours. And I don't know about you guys, but that is literally hands down my favorite part of this business, is that it does not discriminate. It does not care what your educational background is, or what your bank statement says at the end of the month, or what kind of home you live in, or what kind of upbringing you had, or any of that. It doesn't discriminate. If you come into this business and make the decision that you want to be wildly successful, you will be wildly successful. It does not matter what has happened in your life prior. And that is seriously one of the most powerful things about network marketing that is different than any other industry in the world. There's not many of us that are going to go get a job at Google, or if you're in the medical field, you're going to go get a job as a nurse in a hospital, or you're an IT person, so you're going to go get a job at like a IT type of company and end up being the CEO of that company. All right, there's just not a whole lot of that available because there's one position to fill. And so the thing I love about network marketing is that anybody at any time can make the choice that they're going to dive in, they're going to dig in, and they're going to stay committed to get to wherever they want to be and get to the top. And every single one of us can. And the beautiful thing about it is there's a whole lot of room at the top. It's not like, sorry, well, somebody on your team already hit exclusive status. Sorry, there's no more positions available. No, usually the more people winning means the more people winning. There's plenty of room at the top for everyone. All right, so when I started working with my coach, one of the things that she said is that there's three key systems, there's three key areas of our business that you absolutely have to have nailed down in order to become wildly successful in this business. Number one is a launching system. All right. It's one thing to be out there and sharing this opportunity with people and bringing people into the business. But if you don't have a rock solid launching system, it's going to be really hard to have duplication, to have growth, and to have success. Okay. So a launching system. Number two is you have to have a rock solid selling system. All right. So you bring people into the business, you help them launch their businesses, and then what? You have to have a way to sell the products. You have to have a way to get the products into people's hands. That's what our business is. Network marketing, direct sales. We need to be selling. We need to be moving the products, okay? And then number three, sponsoring and or recruiting, whatever you choose to call it, all right? So when I heard this training from her recently, I was like, the light bulb went off. Like all the intuition and the gut feelings and the tugs at my heartstrings that I've been feeling to get back to the system that we built to Black status. I literally became a Black status leader. We became a Black status team following one system. And that system has been laid out since day one in this business. And it is book, sell, sponsor, okay? I'm going to remind you what my coach, who is not in our business and who is not even in our industry, she's not in the beauty industry, she's in health and wellness. I'm going to tell you again what her 3 systems were to have a super successful business: a launching system, a selling system, and a sponsoring/recruiting system. Okay? Now I'm going to remind you what Unique's success system is and has been since day one with me. Book, sell, sponsor. Okay? They completely lined up for me. And I was like, oh my God, that is what we are missing as a team, and me as a leader, and us as an organization. We have not had a rock solid launching system in about a year, because about a year ago, people started saying everybody's doing parties, parties don't work. Everybody's doing parties, parties don't work. Everybody's doing parties, parties don't work. And we stopped doing parties. And the super confusing, super fuzzy area, super like zero clarity began. It was like, well, does this work? Does that work? Let's try this. Let's try this. Affiliate marketing, affiliates for our own business, referral posts, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know about you guys, but when there is not clarity and when there is not a direct path that is laid out and clear to get to your goal, it's really hard to see how you can get there. Let me know if you agree with me in the comments. If you are, you guys know I love analogies, okay? And my road trip success cycle to this day is one of my most favorite trainings I've ever done. If you have not watched it, you need to watch it. It's from, I think, the beginning of 2018. I have hair down to here. It's navy blue. I was about 20 pounds thinner, and I was wearing like rainbow ombre aviators in the beginning of the video. Find that on this page and watch it. It will rock your world, okay? So when I did that training, I dubbed it the success cycle, right? And I talked about this road trip. Well, when you are going on a road trip, if somebody handed you a map that looked like that, and they were like, okay, you're here and you want to get here, and when you're starting out here, you could go this way, or you can go this way, or maybe you can go this way, or maybe try to go like do this and then that, and blah, 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 blah. Are you going to feel really confident that you're ever going to end up at your ending point? Yes or no in the comments, be real. Okay, the answer is a big old fat heck no. Now, if somebody said to you, listen, I started here. I didn't know much about makeup. I didn't know much, actually anything about network marketing. I didn't really have an active sponsor in the business. I was put into a group page that I did not relate with the women. Literally came in clueless, but I did this, this, and this, and it got me here. Would you feel a little bit more confident if you had a system that's been proven to work? This is where I'm at. I have been literally for months and months and months and months trying to dig into this new world of social media that everybody's talking about. Social media's changed. Social media's changed. Social media's changed. People can't do online events anymore. They don't work. They don't work. They don't work. I disagree completely. I believe that they work the same way they always have. It's just we stopped working them. Why? Because after 7 years, 6 years, 5 years in the business, some people 4 years or whatever, they just got tired of doing them. They didn't want to work anymore. They didn't want to put the work in, and therefore it stopped working. I disagree. And so what I did tonight is I put together for you guys a building to black status, the 5 benefits of what online parties specifically did for me. And this is not a all about Billy story tonight. These are the 5 parts of our business that we have to be hitting to be successful. It's why I have an Elevate with Events focus group going on right now, where we are step by step by step together setting up having an online party that starts Sunday evening. Okay? We're gonna do it together because we're going back to what I know works, what I built to black status with, what every single leader on this team built to green status and beyond with, and what we have not had in place for a year. AKA business is going stagnant and or backwards, all right? So it's time that we get really real with ourselves. And when something's not working, we have to pivot and adjust. And so if something was working, just because other people said it doesn't anymore, I'm sorry. I've never been somebody to follow the crowd. I've never been somebody that's just like, get in line and do what you're told. I've always been somebody that's trusted my heart and trusted my gut. And when I heard my coach say, you need a launching system, a selling system, and a sponsoring system, I was like, Billy, what is wrong with you? The only thing we're lacking as a team is the launching part. We have the social selling system. We have the selling system. We have the sponsoring system / follow-ups. We have that. We're missing the launching system. And what I believe helps every single one of us launch, it's how I launched, it's how every leader on this team launched, it's how every person that has had success here has launched, has been with a launch event. Because you don't have influence yet, you don't have a network yet, but you can create a group and bring your people all to one place. You can do that. I did it. I had no freaking clue what I was doing, but I did it and it works, okay? So I'm gonna share with you guys tonight the 5 main benefits of online events and why I believe that if we get back to this super simple, duplicatable system, all of our businesses are gonna soar. Every single one of us that stays committed and chooses to do it. All right, so let me know in the comments if you are as excited for this as I am. I hope and I pray, and I think that after you hear these 5 benefits, you're gonna see where I'm coming from a little bit more. They all start with P, all right? Whether you call it a party, whether you call it an event, whether you call it a class, I don't care what you refer to it as. An online event where you're creating a group and you're bringing a bunch of people to the same place, okay? That's what we're talking about. So to go along the themes of an online party, they all start with a P. The number one thing online parties, having a launching party for my business, did for me was people. I did not have influence in the beauty industry or a large network around me when I started in this business. Actually, I had the exact opposite because I was a dum-dum who had no idea what I was doing. And when I started in this business, I literally opened up a whole new Facebook page for myself. So I started with 0 people. 0 people seeing what I was doing. 0 people hearing about this new business. I posted about it on my old Facebook page where I think I had like 600 friends, maybe 700 friends. But I thought that I had to create a whole separate business, or not a business page. I didn't know anything about business pages. I don't know if business pages existed. I started a whole separate Facebook page for myself when I launched my business. So I literally started from scratch, okay? So the number one benefit that online events did for me, having online parties did for me, was people. It connected me with people. So I had my launch event. From that, I booked other events. And every single person that said yes to me, yeah, I'll have an online party. Yeah, I'll do an online event. Yeah, I'll do a makeup class. Whatever phase of my business I was at, whatever it was being called, it was an online event. All right? That one person saying yes to me just opened me up to their entire network. But not just their entire network, like where they're putting a post up on their page and hoping people see it. They're inviting their friends to come join us, all right? So online events, for me, when I was brand new in this business and I had no clue what I was doing, number one is people. It connects you with people. Online events are the best way I have ever found to get into more networks and connect with more people. Okay? Number 2, product focus. When you go into an online event, you get to determine what you want your online event to be. When I started in this business, not really knowing what I was doing, guess what I focused on? Mascara, how to put it on, how to take it off. One eye done, one eye not done. Daytime look, dramatic nighttime look. Best way to do this, best way to do that. Like, you guys, you can literally pick your top 3 favorite products and roll with it. Your top 5 favorite products and roll with it. Maybe makeup is not even your thing. Guess what? You can make your product focused skincare. And you can literally put a post out that says, hey guys, I don't know about you, but when I feel more confident in my skin, I feel better all the way around. If anybody wants to come hear some of my absolute best tips to get the most incredible skin of your life, just drop a heart down below or whatever. It's called a hook post. We're talking about this in our Elevate with Events group chat right now. That's what everybody's working on, getting a hook post put together where you have a bomb picture that's going to grab people's attention, aka hook. It's going to hook their attention, and then you're going to reel them in. All right, so you're going to have a call to action. You're going to hook them with the post, and then you're going to reel them into the event. And then in the event, you could be product focused on just skincare if you want to be. All right, so literally online events give you the freedom to focus on whatever you want to focus on. Your favorite product, only mascara, your top 5 skincare, face products, it doesn't matter. You can do series, okay, where you have the whole month of November. All of your online events are lip looks or different eye looks. I mean, you can get as creative with this as you want, or you could be as plain Jane with it as you want. It doesn't matter, because the energy you bring, the excitement you bring, the enthusiasm you bring, and the value you add by solving women's problems, okay? We're not here to sell. We're here to solve problems. You get to determine, all right? So number 2 is product focused. Number 3, building to black status. What online events did for me. So number 1 was people, network expansion. If I did not have the online parties that I did, half of the people on this team would not be here, and 95% of my customer base wouldn't exist. I'm not even kidding. I actually did a live, side note, I did a live in our old team page once. I'm going to find it. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to download it in here for you guys. I literally went through my back office and I read off, I think we had around like maybe 1,000 team members at that time, all right? So we have like 4,200 almost now. So obviously we've grown a lot. But at the time I had like 1,000 team members in my downline, all right? In my success line. And I went through to all of my personally sponsored. And 75% of them were people I either met or were connected to through an online event. And the reason I did that training, even though it was years ago, was to show the power of events. I still believe to this day that it's the number 1 way to connect with people. So number 1, people. Number 2 was product focus. You get to pick what you want your focus to be. You could change it up. You can get creative. You could literally do whatever you want to do. Okay? In our focus group, we have lash bashes. We have beauty boot camps. We have the longest lashes of your life, some kind of like really creative title to go with that. There's like all sorts of different creative titles, okay? So product focus. Number 3, and this was probably one of the most powerful benefits of doing online parties while building to black status, okay? Is practice. If you have never danced before in your entire life, are you going to feel more comfortable dancing in front of a group of 30 to 50 people? Or are you going to feel more comfortable dancing in front of 300 to 500 people? Drop it in the comments. Small group, big group. Which one are you going to feel a little bit more comfortable? So I loved online parties when I started in this business because it allowed me to practice what I was learning. It allowed me to practice the way I was taking selfies, how I was taking pictures, the lighting I was using, the angles I was holding my phone at, the words I was using to convey my message. It literally gave me, I was still nervous, I was still scared, I was still like, oh God, does this look ridiculous? Like, I still did all those normal things we do when we're doing something new that's a little bit scary to us because we've never done it before, but it was a little bit more of a safe place kind of feel than when I was posting on my main timeline and everybody and their brother and all of my like male family members and friends are seeing it too, and like all of that. The groups, my online events, was like just the girls, smaller numbers, and it gave me a place to practice my marketing. Now, I was still doing stuff on my main page, but I was doing more in my online events, okay? And we're going to talk about that in a minute. So the number 3 benefit, which is so huge because you don't get better unless you're doing, and the more you do, the better you're going to get. So number 3 is practice. It allowed me to get better as I was growing, okay? Number 4, I love this one. If Melissa Hoban's on here, I still can't see comments or anything, is passion, okay? If you are super passionate about something, your online events can totally incorporate that. And the reason I said Melissa Hoban is because Mel, if you guys follow her on her business page, her, like, part of her brand is exercising. She posts something every morning about her morning exercising she does. She's known as the mindset queen. She always has been with our team. She's somebody that's always lived a life where you look for the positive, you look for the good. You know, she always jokes about how she's connected to the universe and all of that. And then, of course, you know, she loves boosting women's confidence, and cosmetic and skincare products are just one of the ways she's able to do that. So for her online events, she's going to be doing like a mind, body, and soul kind of vibe. It's not just going to be, hey, here's how you do makeup. Hey, here's how you do mascara. Hey, here's a really cool lippy. Hey, here's how you highlight and contour. Hers is going to be her passion, her purpose, what she is. Oops, I just said the last P. Her passion. It's going to be what she's excited about. It's going to be what drives her. It's going to be what fuels her. It's going to be so much more, so much bigger than just makeup or skincare. All right. So if you have something that is a huge part of your brand that you're crazy passionate about, and you can intertwine the two together and do it in an online event, more power to you. All right. More power to you. So the reason this is on my list of, while I was building to Black status, one of the benefits of online parties is I knew from a very young age in my life that I wanted to use my voice to positively impact people, that I loved speaking to groups of people and empowering women to believe in themselves. And so in all of my online parties, you would find positive quotes. You would find uplifting messages. You would find so much more than just makeup tips, okay? So it allowed me to dive into something that was so much more than just my business, so much more than just the products, all right? And number 5 is purpose. Online parties are going to open up conversations and connections with women that are going to give you so much purpose to show up for. When you start in this business, you might not hear it as much as once you get going and you've kind of like developed your brand and people know you as the makeup lady or whatever. But I have women that say to me, oh my gosh, I wish I could rock a red lip like you. You can. Oh my gosh, I wish I could do my mascara like you. You can. Oh my gosh, I wish I knew how to do that eyeshadow look. That's so pretty. You can. And what online parties did for me is it gave me a purpose. It gave me a platform to literally help other women believe that they could do the things, which kind of is in line with your passion, but different because when you are on your social media and you're on a live and there's women hopping on there and she's like, oh my God, I wish I could do my makeup like you. And you're like, you can, girlfriend, just keep practicing. I swear to you, I didn't know how to do it either when I started, but I just kept going and I got better at it the more that I did it, da 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 da. Versus you say something like that and then put together. So say somebody's like, oh my God, I wish I could do I hear this all the time. My brows. I wish I could do my brows like you, which really I have to give credit to Tara Peregrine on my brows because I got them microbladed and now I literally just like follow the lines. However, in doing that, I've gotten a lot better at filling my brows. So it gives me purpose to help other women. When I said this the other day on my live, I was like, if I put together a group, an event, an online event, and you guys can come in and I can literally teach you some of my absolute best tips to help you feel more confident in your makeup skills. Would you guys like that? Would you guys be interested in that? And they were like, oh my God, me, I would. Yeah. Guys, it's no different than me going live and sharing makeup tips with people. The only difference is it puts us in a small, intimate group and you feel more connected. That's what an online event does. That's why I believe it's the missing piece with launching, and I believe it's the missing piece with the social selling system. Yes, the social selling system should remain the same. You go live at least a minimum of 4 times a week. If you can go live more often than that, awesome. Keep rocking it out. But a group event is a totally different experience and a totally different vibe. It's more intimate, it's more connected, and it allows you to rein it in and have a purpose to lift these women up, to help them feel more comfortable saying, oh, I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to do that, all right? So, Book Sell Sponsor is not dead, you guys. It is not dead. Online events are not dead. Actually, it's never been more obvious to me how alive they are. I mean, not for a necessarily like positive reason, but hashtag COVID 2020, like everything is an online event right now. Everyone is doing online events right now. My girlfriend that launched her Zaya activewear business launched with an online event. My neighbor bestie is doing events. My jewelry girl does events. That's how she runs her business, all right? And I'm not saying that we need to be like other people. What I am saying is I built 2 Black Status doing events, and it's the only missing piece over the last year that we have been away from. And I'm going to tell you guys that the reason people don't do them and or do them and then stop is 3 main reasons. Don't be this person. Don't be any of these people. Number 1 is you do an online event, you don't get any orders. Online events are not, if you go into an online event saying, all right, online event, I'm going to get like $1,000 in orders. Some online events, I've gotten $1,000 in orders. Others, I've gotten 0. But remember, what was my number 1 benefit of an online event? People. It's a connector. It's a network expansion tool. Doing online events, even if there is not one single order, if you gain 5 new friends on your friends list from an online event and you're showing up consistently for your business, they're going to become a customer. People just have to see things a number of times before they take action. So if it wasn't in the first 5 or 10 days, however long you're running your party for, promise you, keep planting those seeds. They're going to come around. All right. Number 2 is you're not booking online parties because you're not asking enough people. I can't tell you how many times I've had this conversation. People are like, I don't know how to get any online parties. I don't have any online parties. I don't have any events going on. You need to ask more people. It's literally as simple as that. If you want something and you're asking 5 people and you're not getting the results that you want, ask 10. That's still not working, ask 20. This all comes back to commitment and work ethic and who's going to stick with the process and who's going to stick through the messy middle to get to the big results, okay? And then number 3 is they're afraid of what others will think, all right? I couldn't tell you how many times I felt this. Like when I was starting my business, I was like, what am I doing having an online event to give tips when I don't know jack about how to put makeup on and I don't know jack about skincare? Who am I and why would anybody want to listen to me? Can anybody relate to that? Has anybody ever felt that? Has anybody ever gone to do a live video of your makeup and you're like, why would anybody want to watch me? I barely know what I'm doing. Can I tell you guys that one of the most beneficial things I ever did for my business was be very honest with people and say, listen, not the greatest at makeup, but here's what I learned. And when I learned that, I taught them. And when I taught them, that gave them confidence to try it themselves. And that builds trust. And nothing in this world will have people wanting to do business with you or become a business partner of yours than building trust with them. Being real, being authentic, not pretending to be somebody you're not. I'm not an Instagram like perfectly posed. I will never be that. I will never be that. Yes, I've gotten a lot better at taking pictures. Yes, I think the quality of my photos have gotten a lot better. Yes, I try to have like really nice like pictures with awesome quotes and things like that, but I'm never gonna be that girl. I don't want to be that girl, if I'm being honest. That's like, you know, curled up in the car with her like leg up so you could see her shoe and like her hand is draped over with the coffee cup. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not me. I don't want to be that. That's not me. It doesn't feel natural. Doesn't feel normal. It's not who I am. I'm like quirky and corny and I think I'm really funny, but really I'm a hot mess most of the time, and I keep it real, and I have been through struggles and overcome them, and now they're my strengths, and I like to share that with people. That's my story in a nutshell. So when I stopped trying to think I had to be something else or someone else or look a certain way or do a certain thing, and I just said to people like, hey, I don't actually really know what I'm doing, but here's what I learned by watching a YouTube video, and now I'm going to teach you guys, and maybe it'll help you too. That's how I started. That's what I did. AKA, I was real, and people like real, and people can see right through phony. Okay? So stop being afraid of what other people are going to think. And here's something that I also heard from my coach that I loved, and it hit me really, really hard. She said, imagine if the person that changed, so I say all the time, this business totally changed my life, right? I cannot imagine my life without this team, without this business, without this opportunity. What if my girlfriend Grace didn't post those lash pictures on her Facebook page? What if she wasn't brave enough to not worry about what people were going to think and didn't post those pictures that day? Then me, overweight, unhappy, drinking too much, miserable stay-at-home mom me, would have never found an opportunity to find my purpose, find my voice again, find myself again, find my confidence again, earn a living for my family from home while being able to be a mom. I would have never had the opportunity to literally transform my life in the way that I have. Because she was brave, it changed my life. So you know what I think about? And what my coach said that was so powerful. She said, when we use our voice for good, that is leading with a servant heart. When you cowered back and you're like, yeah, I don't want to post that. I'm afraid of what they'll think. I don't want to share my story. I don't want to share my struggles. I don't want to share that I'm not a makeup expert. I don't want to share that I'm not that successful yet in the business. That's selfish, because you not showing up and sharing your message means that whoever God put in your path that was meant to hear it that day isn't going to hear it. It actually makes you a selfish person to not do the things that can literally change your life. I want you all to get real with yourself right now and ask yourself, what if your sponsor or your upline or whoever got you involved in this business, what if they didn't show up the day that they did, that caught your attention when it did, that made you want to hit the join button? Now, I'm not saying everybody has this dramatic story yet, but I know for a fact that when you join this business, it does something for you immediately. Whether it's your confidence boost, whether it's the sisterhood, whether it's the friendships, the connections, the relationships, whether it's the products, whether it's the unique foundation, whether it's the company mission statement, whatever it is, you cannot be a part of this company and not feel a certain sort of way, if not all the ways, for something. So what if whoever introduced you to this opportunity wasn't brave enough to show up and share that? What if my girlfriend Grace didn't post her lash pictures that I randomly saw, randomly signed up for, and here we are 6 years later? What if? So stop worrying about what people think and just be you. Just be genuine. If that means you don't know all the things yet, that's okay. That's why 99.9% of my parties for the first 6 months in this business was me and mascara. Was me and some more mascara. Maybe I threw a little lip gloss on. Maybe I talked about eyeliner once I got a little more comfy. But it was basic, it was simple, but it was connecting me to people. It was giving me a product focus. It was allowing me to practice my picture taking and my marketing. It was allowing me to infuse my other passions, which was empowering women. And it allowed me to have a purpose. And those 5 things are all the things we can all gain from online events. So, what did I tell you? When you have a launch system and you have a selling system and you have a sponsoring system, you have the perfect storm for wild success in this business. Events are our launch system. Social selling system is our selling system. And follow-ups are our sponsoring system. It's that simple. Not easy. You have to work hard at it. You'll get better. You grow as you learn. You'll get better as you do it more. But if you stick with it, every single one of you will be at the top of this company, helping thousands of other women, impacting thousands of other lives. I'm going to end on this. I heard once in a personal development video, which you guys know I listen to every single morning, and I post in the team page for anybody that wants to ever drop takeaways or whatever inspired you from the message that day. Every single morning, the first thing I do is feed my mind with good, intense, powerful thoughts. That alone has been huge for me. And I once heard one of the videos said, when you show up in your purpose, you never know what you're never going to be able to measure the impact that you have. You might think, oh God, I posted this positive post, or I did this positive message or whatever, and I only had 2 people like it, or I only had 1 person on my live or whatever. That 1 person might have taken away 1 thing you said and then talked to a coworker about it that day. And then that coworker went home and they talked to their cousin, and then their cousin went and talked to their best friend, and then their best friend, so on and so forth. You'll never be able to measure the impact you have. So why not go out on a limb every day, go all in, stay committed to who you want to be, show up as if you want to be a black status leader, show up today as a white status or a yellow status leader and act as if, and you will become. And in the process, you're going to impact more lives than you literally could ever possibly begin to measure and ever possibly begin to imagine. And that alone will fuel you to keep going, keep pushing, keep growing, and do hard things like 6 years into your business, say to your team of almost 4,200 women, I think we need to go back to what we were doing. And know that some people are going to think you're crazy because of it. I get it. But I've always led with my heart, and I've always trusted my gut. And I know that this is going to take so many of you to the next level of your businesses, and further than you could have ever dreamed this opportunity could take you. So if you are excited to get back to a simple system that works, drop book, sell, sponsor in the comments, and let today be the start of the Makeup Mob 2.0 that is on its way to build more leaders than we ever have before, and build more successful women than we ever have before, and impact more lives than we've ever done before. I love you guys.